Thank you. Please be seated.
For the first time in 238 days, President Biden faced the press corps for an unfiltered, nearly hour-long Q&A.
Your convention is coming up where your delegates are pledged to make you the official nominee. If they have second thoughts, are they free to vote their conscience?
Obviously, they're free to do whatever they want, but I get overwhelming support.
The solo press conference marked the end of the NATO summit, celebrating 75 years of the critical alliance. But after a disappointing debate performance last month, President Biden needed a good performance Thursday night.
I'm going to be going around making the case of the things that I think we have to finish and how we can't afford to lose what we've done or backslide on civil rights, civil liberties, women's rights.
At 81 years old, members of his own party have been questioning whether he should step aside as the Democratic nominee. The president did have some verbal missteps, including an embarrassing one at the very beginning.
I wouldn't have picked Vice President Trump to be vice president because I think she was not qualified to be president.
But he later stressed that Vice President Kamala Harris is ready to step up if needed.
The way she's handled the issue of freedom of women's bodies to have control over their bodies. Secondly, her ability to handle almost any issue on the board. This was a hell of a prosecutor. She was a first-rate person, and in the Senate she was really good. I wouldn't have picked her unless I thought she was qualified to be president.
Biden also demonstrated his foreign affairs knowledge, covering questions on China, Israel, Ukraine, and Russia.
The idea that we're going to be able to fundamentally change Russia in the near term is not likely, but one thing for certain, if we allow Russia to succeed in Ukraine, they're not stopping in Ukraine.
Despite concerns about his campaign, President Biden is moving forward at full speed. In the next week, he's scheduled to travel to Michigan, Texas, and Nevada. Stephanie Liebergen, Scripps News, Washington.